Hi, welcome to the lecture number 4 in Pharmaceutical Organic Chemistry 2. Today we are going to learn about benzene derivatives. We have been talking a lot about benzene, its stability, properties, structure, but benzene is highly flammable as well as it is carcinogenic. That is why its use is limited to only being organic solvent or say as a starting material. So benzene is often substituted with other groups to get benzene derivatives. Today let's learn how to name them as per common names as well as IUPAC nomenclature. So in benzene derivatives, benzene can be present either as alone, six-membered ring, or there can be two benzene rings fused to give us naphthalene, though it contains 10 carbon atoms. Usually numbering is given only to the atoms which are at periphery and not at the bridge. Three benzene rings fused to each other. If in the straight line, it is called as anthracene, and similarly all the outer carbon atoms, they are numbered. If they are fused angular way, then it is called as phenanthrene. So before naming benzene derivatives, one has to ensure whether there is only one ring or two ring or three rings. There are also higher order compounds, but in pharmaceutical drugs, typically up to three benzene rings they are seen. As we will learn different benzene derivatives, students are advised after understanding each structure, please place them into these categories. You can segregate all the structures and see how many halogen containing derivatives you have. Only hydrocarbon containing derivatives you have, like substitutions of methyl, ethyl, substitution with the groups which contain only carbon and hydrogen. Then you can also segregate oxygen containing substituted benzenes, nitrogen containing and sulfur containing. Let's talk about mono-substituted benzenes. If benzene is not substituted, we don't need to even number it. Even in only one substitution, obviously it is substitution placed at the first position and there are no other substituents, so that number is also not needed to be mentioned. According to IUPAC, these monosubstituted benzenes are named as name of the substituent followed by word benzene. So only this straight line indicates there is a carbon at the end having sufficient number of hydrogen atoms to maintain its valency. So it is nothing but CH3. So CH3 is the substitution. So it is a hydrocarbon containing monosubstituted benzene. Methyl substitution is present on the benzene. So simple name is methyl benzene. Similarly, here we have ethyl benzene wherein terminus represent one carbon. This intersection point represent another carbon. So it is ethyl benzene, then we can have propyl benzene, isopropyl benzene and so on. If we have a substitution of OH, that is hydroxy group, then it is called as hydroxybenzene. We can also add benza or a benzo as a prefix rather than writing this as suffix. So if we have substitution of carbonyl group, we can name it as benzaldehyde. If we have substitution of carboxylic acid group, then it becomes carboxybenzene or benzene carboxylic acid. Substitution of amino group, aminobenzene, nitrobenzene, sulfobenzol, because here we have sulfonyl as well as hydroxyl group, thiophenol. Now thiophenol has been derived because SH is replacing OH over here. Oxygen is replaced by sulfur, so it is thiophenol. Halogen containing benzene derivatives, we can have fluorobenzene, then chlorobenzene, bromobenzene and iodobenzene. There are also vinyl benzene. Now vinyl benzene contains a substitution of two carbon atoms like ethyl benzene. Just there is presence of a double bond which is in conjugation with the ring. So ring double bond, then there is single bond, and then there is again double bond. It is called as vinyl benzene. Nitrile group, that is cyano group substitution, will give us benzonitrile. Carboxylic amide substitution will give us benzamide. So according to IUPAC, we can have suffix of benzene or prefix of either benza, benzo, as the case is. But in case of these benzene derivatives, common names are more preferred. They are depending upon the properties as well as sources from which they were obtained. So common names are prevalent like benzoic acid, then benzene sulfonic acid, phenol, aniline. This methoxy substitution, it is called as anisole, and methyl substitution is called as toluene. Now, IUPAC has also accepted these common names, and in case of di-substituted benzenes, one has to identify one substituent as the root or base on which another substituent is present. So this is a ranking of giving the importance. If there is a competition between COOH and amino, if both the groups are present, then COOH has the higher priority as compared to amino. So COOH will be considered as root or base on which amino substitution is present. So here suffix will be benzoic acid and amino will be the substituent. So in this sequence, priorities are given to the most important substituents. Even it is a common practice. If the priorities are not known, then we can also arrange them alphabetically. In that case, amino will get priority over hydroxy because A comes first and then there is H. So alphabetically also they can be arranged. Otherwise, these are the priority sequence. There can be a case where benzene can be named as a substituent. If in the structure you need to mention benzene as a substituent, then if there is a ring directly attached to another functional moiety, And if you are writing this ring as a substituent to that moiety, then that ring is called as phenyl. Like CH3 is methyl, ring as a substituent is phenyl. Ring with one more carbon atom is benzyl. So though we call this ring as benzene, still benzyl substituent is a ring plus one more CH2, and that is attached to some other groups. If we have benzene ring plus carbonyl group, then that substitution is called as benzoyl. Say benzoyl chloride. If here is chlorine, then this compound is benzoyl chloride. In case of disubstituted benzenes, as I told you, we can have one root on which another substituent is present. But their mutual locations will also decide numbering. If the substituents are present on adjacent carbon atoms, then it is called as ortho. If substituents are present at 1 and 3, so there are two possibilities. Either it can be on the right hand side or it can be on the left hand side, but there is one carbon in between. So if two substituents are present on two carbon atoms which are at 1 and 3 position, it is called as meta. And if the substituents are present opposite, then it is called as para to the first and fourth position. In this case, first number will be given to the highest priority compound, and then others will be numbered. Say in case of xylene, xylene contains two substituents. Both are methyl group. So this is orthoxylene, this is metaxylene, and this is paraxylene. Similar to the meta, as we have two possibilities, ortho also we have two possibilities, one on the right hand side, one on the left hand side. Now this root or main functional group may not be present only at the top. They can write it any way. So ortho meta para doesn't depend upon whether the main substituent is at the top position. They can write, suppose methyl group is present over here, then this methyl and this methyl, they are in the straight line. So it is para position. They are at 1 and 4. In case of meta, numbering will be followed in such a way that second substituent gets lowest number. This won't be numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Meta will always be 1 and 3. These all positions are relative to each other. They are not absolute. They are not fixed at the top or at the bottom. They are relative to each other. Say for example, here we have two bromine groups. So it is a dibromobenzene, but they are present at opposite to each other. So it is 1,4. Here in case we have to decide between COH and NH2. If you remember, COH gets the first priority. So it will be suffix, and amino is a substituent. So it is 3-amino benzoic acid, or it is meta amino benzoic acid. In this case, we have methoxy and aldehyde. So aldehyde gets the priority on which methoxy group is attached. In case of methyl and hydroxy, there is priority given to phenol on which methyl group is present. Similarly, in case of tri or tetra substituted compounds, say here we have substitutions, two chlorines are there, and this is actually amino group, but on which there is substitution of methyl. So aniline, that is amino group, is acting as a base over here on which methyl is attached. Relative to this, we have first number is given over here, second, third and fourth. So it is 3,4 dichloro N. N indicates methyl group is present on nitrogen. It is not present on the benzene ring. And methyl aniline. Here, when we have 3 nitro groups and 1 methyl group, then nitro groups are present as a substituent on methyl group. So that root name is toluene. So at 2, 3, 4, so at 2, 4 and 6 we have nitro groups. So it is 2,4,6 trinitrotoluene. In the third compound, we can see we have amino group, hydroxy group, and it is actually a benzoic acid, but ester with ethyl group. So ethyl, 4 amino, 3 hydroxy, because it is taken alphabetically, 2 substituents, benzoate to indicate it is ester. Large number of compounds contain carbonyl functional group. Out of that, phenones are more popular. So if we have a benzene ring, which is common in all of these compounds, so this benzene ring along with carbonyl group is called as phenone. When we have a substitution of methyl, it is acetophenone, because here if we replace, this is the acetyl group, and we replace this benzene ring with CH3, it will become acetone. So acetyl group along with benzene gives acetophenone. Similarly, this is butyrophenone, this is propiophenone, and this is benzophenone. Carbon is counted as a part of substituent. That is why including carbon it will become 4-membered chain. That is why it is butyrophenone. This is one interesting toolkit available. I have shared the link in the description box. Here different compounds are available and you can learn naming them. You can even select compounds which are not existing in the nature. You need to first select the difficulty level. So at the easiest level there are 400 compounds. At the difficult level there are 17,000 and 24,000 compounds. So initially you need to select the level and then click on this arrow. Here you will find some compound names which you can enter, and after entering, this structure will change depending upon what you have entered. Even you can click on any of the carbon and you can select what substituent you want. So click on the carbon and from this drop down arrow, here it is amino group. So if this is already selected, if you click on this carbon, it will have substitution of amino group. So in both way it can work. You can select the base compound from here and you can change the substitutions from here. One more option will pop up over here, and after clicking on that you will get the name of the compound. So you can just try with different substituents at different positions and see their nomenclature. So this is the toolkit I was talking about. Go through it and you will enjoy trying compounds on your own and seeing what name are given. This is the source of the image taken and this is the summary of IUPAC nomenclature. Thank you for listening. Have a good time.